Welcome to the Real Life Weight Loss Podcast, where we cut through the confusion and get down to the truth about what really works for real people when it comes to losing weight, having incredible health, and a body that you love. We believe that losing weight is really about gaining life, doing things you never thought you could, having renewed confidence, and enjoying your body more than ever. I'm your host, Corey Little. Now let's get to it. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. This is episode number 276. Happy New Year. The new year is upon us. And like always, there are millions of people, maybe you, millions of people who are setting New Year's resolutions to lose weight and get in shape. The only problem is roughly 92% of people will not achieve their New Year's resolutions. According to statistics, only about 8% of people will be successful with their New Year's goals. So that's what we're diving into this episode. What can we do to make sure that you're part of the 8% who's successful and not part of the 92%? Like, how can you avoid the massive failure rate when it comes to New Year's resolutions? I'm going to help. That's my goal. But first, real quick, number one, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for your time today. To everyone who takes time to post a review of this podcast, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I read them all. I see them all. It means the world to me. And for all of you who are willing to share this podcast with a friend, like I so often say at the end of an episode, share this with a friend and discuss it. Thank you. I hope that you're doing that. I hope you're getting a lot out of it. Now, I would also like to say before we get into this episode, just a little reminder, I've been talking about it quite a bit. I'm doing a free coaching call, and you are invited. You're a VIP. You're invited. Look, if you like this podcast, then you'll really love this coaching call. I'm going to tell you the most important stuff that I know about losing weight and long-term success when it comes to weight loss, like losing it and keeping it off. It's the stuff the diet and weight loss industry really doesn't want you to know. And then we'll just hang out, and I'm going to be there for you to answer any and all of your questions. There's really no topic off limits, anything related to weight loss or supplements or diets. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Even if you're not interested in me or my program, it's okay. Bring your questions. I'll do all I can to help you be set up for success, okay? So mark it on your calendar, Thursday, January 11th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And then right now, pause this episode and go to everybodyhatesdiets.com. You can find that link down in the show notes. Go to everybodyhatesdiets.com to register, okay? Okay, now let's get into it. Here are a few things that I see people do over and over again, pretty much every year, but they just don't work. Like when it comes to losing weight and your weight loss goals, they just don't work. And actually, they go one step further and they kind of work against you and ingrain some really bad self-defeating thoughts and beliefs when it comes to losing weight. And I don't want that for you. I want you to get results and to find freedom. So here's my list of common weight loss mistakes to avoid at all times, but especially this new year. Here we go. Number one, you might get too excited and too ambitious. There's something about the new year that makes us think that we're Superman or Wonder Woman, and suddenly we can just conquer the world, right? Like we can do it all. And the problem is, like what's kind of going on behind the scenes is that we get intoxicated, for lack of a better term, by the relaxed schedule of the holidays. We've probably been off work. We've had plenty of time to get things done around the house. And so our brain is viewing what we think we can accomplish in the new year through the lens of our current semi-relaxed holiday schedule. Now, some of you may be like, Corey, you haven't seen my holiday schedule. It's not relaxed at all. But for most of us, at least we're off of work or we have some time off of work. So there's a little less pulling on us than is usual, right? And so we have that lens and we start plotting and planning for our new year and our New Year's resolutions through that relaxed or semi-relaxed lens. And then we overcommit. We overcommit to some diet or workout program and forget that real life is coming back. It's coming back and it's going to be super busy and super crazy and stressful at times. This is huge mistake number one that honestly probably leads to the majority of failed attempts because we all know real life and all the craziness and the busyness, it's coming. It's going to happen. So here's my recommendation. Take your excitement that you feel when you first get started. Take all that excitement and that ambition and try to stretch it out a bit. Don't overcommit at the beginning. Think about what you can do in the coming months through the lens of regular life, not through the lens of a relaxed holiday schedule. When you're thinking of what you can tackle and what you can accomplish, don't just get obsessed with your outcome goal, but think about what it takes day to day, and then think about how am I going to work that, okay, when the kids are back at school and I'm taking them to practice every night and I've got those work deadlines and I've got, I don't even like thinking about these things. It's necessary. Think about those things in order to truly reflect what you can do when life cranks back up. Next up, big mistake number 2. You might think that you can learn Chinese in one day. Look, this is something I've talked about before on the podcast. I've shared quite a few of these mistakes before on the podcast. There's a good chance that you believe you've got to do everything all at once in order to lose weight and get fit. Like, on Monday, you've got to start a totally new life and change everything. Everything you eat and drink, wake up super early for a workout, eat a different breakfast, no snacks, meal prep for lunch. The list goes on and on and on, right? We've gone over these things before. Look, losing weight and keeping it off is really, it's more like learning a foreign language. It's a whole new way of thinking and a whole new lifestyle, and it takes some time. But every diet and hardcore get fit quick, that's a tongue tire. Every hardcore diet and get fit quick weight loss program, there we go, they all say to just do it all now, do it fast. Get started, go, stay motivated, and do it perfectly. Do it right. Or, if you don't, well, then you're just not trying hard enough. You're not focused enough. You're not motivated enough. And then you wonder why you're overwhelmed and you can't stick to it. It's because you're trying to learn Chinese in one day. Don't do it. Just stop that craziness and understand that this is a process and it's probably going to take a little bit of time. But if you do it right, the rewards are amazing and it will be so worth it. Next up, big mistake number 3. We tend to get locked on and obsessed with unrealistic results. Maybe there's a certain number that you want to see on the scale. Maybe you want to fit into that same size clothes you wore in college. Maybe you've just seen too many fitness models or Instagram influencers and you're dead set on seeing your abs or having a certain kind of booty or, a certain level of definition with your muscles, whatever. Regardless, the bottom line is this. Losing weight and getting healthier, it doesn't have to be crazy hard. But pay attention. If you've connected with number 3 here, losing weight and getting healthier doesn't have to be crazy hard, but achieving elite results is hard. It's really tough. And it takes a good bit of time and a ton of sacrifice that honestly most people just aren't willing to make. So this year, how about just being focused on losing that first 5 pounds? That could be a great goal, and it will start you on the path to anything that you want to accomplish. But you want to know what an even better goal is? Don't focus on your really big goal. Don't even focus on just losing that first 5 pounds like I mentioned. Instead, aim all of your available energy and focus on the process, on becoming better and better and better at doing the very things on a day-to-day basis that will ultimately lead to your big outcome goal. That is what is life-changing. Next up, big mistake number 4 is weighing too often. Shocker, right? Whoever thought Corey would talking about stepping on the scales too often? So you get into the flow, you've started your diet or exercise program, and you're putting in the work, and you're really doing it, and you want to see the proof, right? I mean, scales are the indicator of success. I'm on a weight loss program. I want to see weight being lost. So naturally, you start stepping on the scales, maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, maybe every day. Or let's just be real. Some of you weigh twice a day. Some of you weigh after you go to the bathroom to see if that was what, kept you from losing weight. Oh, dear Lord, have mercy, right? Like sometimes those scales just kind of get up in our head. So let me be as clear as possible. This does not work. It doesn't help, my friends. It is not healthy mentally or physically to step on the scale that many times. And as long as the scales, to some degree, determine your self-worth or your success or your failure, then you will never find true success with your body or peace of mind with the process. Weighing more often, weighing more frequently does not lead to more success. Okay, I'll stop there before I break into a big sermon and start preaching about the scales. Let's move forward. Next up, big mistake number 5. People start a diet or workout program that they don't enjoy. Newsflash, my friends. If a diet or workout is not the slightest bit interesting or fun, then don't do it. Don't even start. We've all heard that classic phrase, lifestyle change. Like we get it, right? Like, okay, really true weight loss success is about a lifestyle change. Well, if you don't enjoy that new thing, the new diet or workout or weight loss program, you're not going to keep doing it. And if you don't keep doing it, then it will never become a lifestyle. And if it doesn't become a lifestyle, then guess what? You're just renting your results. If you get results, they're not really yours. You're just renting them. You may lose weight or change your body, but it won't last. Now, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you have to instantly be head over heels in love with your new food choices or your new workout, but if it's not the slightest bit enjoyable, then get out now. Don't even start it or stop it and find something else or someone else that fits you better. Next up, big mistake number 6, common mistake number 6, is going back to some old diet that you think worked for you. Now, here's the thing. Some diets are totally unrealistic. Some diets and programs are more realistic. So a key first step here is determining, wait a minute, was it me or was it the diet? It's kind of like when somebody breaks up with somebody, right? It's not you, it's me. But you got to practice some tremendous self-honesty here and go, okay, that old diet I'm thinking about going back to, was it that I just really didn't commit and put forth the time and energy and effort necessary? Was it that I really just, fell off the rails? Or was it that I don't really enjoy it that much, like Corey talked about, or that it was really just not realistic and not sustainable? Look, if you're going back to something you've done in the past because you feel like it quote unquote worked for you, and then it didn't work for you. On Facebook, I've told this story before, but I routinely see people. One time I saw a lady and they talk about going, oh, I'm doing Whole30 again. Here we go again, and she was doing Whole30 for like the 30th time. And other people, they're going back to say, oh, I'm going back to this. Oh, I got to get back on keto in the new year. Look, one of the biggest mistakes that people can make is resorting to a diet they think worked for them in the past because they lost weight short term. And here's the truth. If you gain the weight back, then that diet did not work. So why in the world would you do it again? Like I said earlier, if you can't foresee that new diet or workout becoming a consistent part of your lifestyle, then don't do it. It might provide short-term results, and if you just want to look great for a wedding or a beach trip, that's fine. Go for it. But it's not going to change your body and certainly not your brain and your life long-term. So maybe consider this new year to stop reaching for the same old solutions, thinking that this time will be different. The program must be something that you can embrace long-term, and honestly, I believe it must be something that works to change you as a person, change your brain, and change how you think and how you approach losing weight. Okay, we've just talked a lot about short-term results. That leads us perfectly into the common mistake number 7, which is thinking that you can totally change your life and body in just a month or two. It's been said that we greatly underestimate what we can do in a year, and we greatly overestimate what we can do in a month. And I don't care how strict or focused or motivated you are, 1 month will not change your life, period. Again, truly changing your body and health long term is like learning a foreign language. It takes practice and it takes time. There's a good chance you're overestimating what you can do in the next couple weeks or month. But here's the good part. Here's a really important part. Pay attention, please. You're greatly underestimating what you could do in the next year. This year will fly by in a flash. You know it's true. We all talk about how fast time flies, right? And when next year gets here, you could be in a totally different and amazing place with your body and your brain and your health. But it will not happen from 1 month of super strict, super focused diet and exercise. I'm sorry, it's just not how it works. You know it's true because you've experienced it maybe over and over again. Okay, next up, common mistake number 8 is not getting help. And people will either say they can't afford it or they think they don't need it. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't afford. That's between you and your family and your finances. And I'm also not saying that you can't do it on your own. Not at all. I want you to feel empowered and confident. But if you have a history of struggling to lose weight and keep it off, then you might need some help. You probably aren't going to solve the problem on your own. And there's a reason that you've struggled with your weight the majority of your life. And that reason is you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound mean. It sounds harsh, but my point is this. If the problem is you and your lifestyle and your beliefs and your habits and your patterns, and now you're expecting you to save you, then it might not go so well. It's kind of crazy when you think about it that way, right? It's like telling a person who's drowning, like, hey, like you're standing up on the boat, right? And you see this person and they're struggling and they're drowning and you're like, hey, just swim better. You need to try harder down there. Yeah, I know. Oh, you're taking on some water. Slap your arms around a little more. Kick your legs. Keep your head up. Just try harder. I mean, we would never do that, right? The bottom line is getting some help, some guidance, and accountability from an expert. It can and will do wonders for a lot of people. It's like having a tutor help you learn Chinese, like I mentioned earlier. It's worth its weight in gold. It's like taking that person who's drowning, pulling them out of the water and going, look, this is me, okay, guys, this is me. I don't want you to feel that way again. I don't want you to drown again. Come with me. I'm going to take you to a swimming pool, and I'm going to teach you step by step, slowly and gradually, how to swim so that that never happens again. So here's the thing. I would love to be the person to help you or help anyone, but it doesn't have to be me. But I do want to help you figure out your best next step, and that's exactly why I'm doing a free live class or coaching call, whatever you want to call it, on Thursday, January 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to avoid all of these mistakes I've just listed and you actually want to get some expert help, then here's what I recommend right now. Go to everybodyhatesdiets.com and register for this free live interactive class. If you want to make this year different, here is your chance. I'll explain how to lose weight and actually not gain it back without constantly stressing about being perfect with your food and your workouts. I'm going to do everything I can to set you up for huge success with your body in the new year. You can think of this kind of as like your personalized guide to results. I'll tell you one of the most powerful weight loss secrets I know. We'll cut through all the bull crap in the diet industry, and I'll summarize what actually works. Plus, I'll walk you through the 4 steps of my anti-diet method. This is exactly what I use inside my Inner Circle coaching program to lead my clients to incredible, life-changing success. And then I'll answer all of your questions live, right there, right then and there. No food, workout, supplement, or weight loss topic is off limits, as I mentioned before. The new year is here, my friends. It is here. And if you want to lose weight, feel better, have more confidence, more energy, and just feel better about yourself, then this is your first step, because I want those exact same things for you. It's 100% free. You've got nothing to lose. Just go to everybodyhatesdiets.com. You can find that down in the show notes. Register, and then plan to attend. I don't send out replays, so I can't wait to see you there to interact with you and answer any questions you might have. Okay, friends, that's it from me. Let's wrap it up. Say it with me. There's so much more to you than what you weigh. The scales never tell the whole story and rarely tell the truth. You are more than a number on a little machine. And losing weight is really all about gaining life and living the life you've always wanted. And I know you can do it. I believe in you 100%. And even if you don't believe in yourself, it's okay. You keep listening. I'll keep working on you, and we will get you there. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this was helpful. I hope you'll share this episode with someone. I hope to see you both at that free live class. Take care. Much love. God bless. Bye-bye.